Summoner, Storm Cooler. If there is anything in this game like Final Fantasy XI Bard, I will lose my as in Final Fantasy XI Bard was probably the most fun I've ever had in a video game in my entire life, and I just sat there for years, just barding around, playing songs, and it was the best years of my life. So if they can, like, if one of these out of 7,000 of whatever these are, if one of them can be the bard from Final Fantasy XI, you have me for life, sir. Hello, everyone. So this video was supposed to be filmed last Thursday, but I had a bit of an emergency. I had a bit of an allergic reaction to a new makeup product that I had purchased. It was not pretty. It was not a good situation. I'm finally back at it. I'm going to make this video again. So here we are. I'm going to actually watch this video to actually know what's going on. My MMO history, I started with Phantasy Star Online, and then Ragnarok Online, and Secret of Mana way back, and then started with closed beta of Vanilla World of Warcraft, and then before that was like City of Heroes, and then City of Villains, and I think I've tried almost every single MMO that has come out since Phantasy Star Online, if not Ragnarok Online, which is very old. I might be showing my age here. Anyway, so went from closed beta of Vanilla World of Warcraft to everything in between, to up until I think my last MMO was Legion. Legion is World of Warcraft Legion, and then with Final Fantasy XIV sprinkled in between. So that's been my kind of MMO history, and I have tried everything to try to get that experience that I had way back when I was playing Vanilla World of Warcraft, and even WoW Classic to this day still has not been able to give me what I want. So let's see if this game will be able to give me what I want in the sense of an MMO that will give me all the feels and nostalgia. I doubt it, because that will never happen again, because we are way past that time in my life. Actually, no, I have hope. I have high hopes for this game. I'm hearing lots of positive things about it. I'm seeing a lot of hype, seeing that the developers and CEO are active in the community and listening. I've seen it happen in video games before. It can go great. It can go not so good. Hopefully it goes for the best, because I'm really hoping that this is the next MMO that I want to be super excited about and that I want to play. Let's get into it, shall we? So this was the video that was sent to me that I should probably watch first. It's 26-ish minute video. It's by The Lazy Peon, and I will link that in the...
With the recent news of Amazon's New World being delayed until 2021 and many hungry MMO fans being disappointed by this news, I decided that today I want to talk about the upcoming MMORPG that I personally believe in, Ashes of Creation. Before we jump into it though, this video has no sponsor and took me a crazy amount of time to
let me know if you can hear me over the video.
So if you want to support my work for free, this game has an affiliate program that everyone who makes an account has access to. My link to this
looks great.
In the description below, and
feel free to use this guy's referral code, because this is supposed to be a really good video. Can hear you over the video loud and clear? Perfect, thank you.
What is Ashes of Creation?
What is it? Ooh, we got some building.
MMORPG that's focused on a strong mix of both
Dwarves
and PvE content. This game was initially started 3 years ago, but was already funded to completion via private investment from the game's creative director Stephen Sharif.
Okay,
Unlike
so
many of the Eastern MMOs that have had Western releases
privately funded.
Years, Ashes of Creation has consistently said from day one that there will be no pay to win in this game.
Okay, that's good.
The game will operate with a no box cost
no box business cost. That's interesting. But sub fee, I'm okay with that.
Ashes of Creation, the MMORPG that I'm personally the most excited for, is the sheer scope of the project.
If it's worth paying for, I'll absolutely pay for it.
All the best aspects from all the top MMOs over the past 10 years.
Many have tried to do this, we'll see.
One game, with all of that being tied together by the game's most unique feature, its node system.
Okay. This looks promising. Is it like Guild Wars 2?
There's points of interest on the map called nodes. These nodes are basically areas that can progress to different stages of civilizational development as players kill monsters, quests,
it's like Guild Wars 2,
and adventure within that node's area of influence. Starting out day one when the game first launches, the world will be pretty empty. But let's say you and a group of friends all decide to kill mobs and gather in a certain area. Over time, you'll be contributing XP to that area's node, and an expedition will appear with quests. As more players are drawn to that area, it will level up into an encampment with more quests, more NPCs, and more opportunity.
Was that progression of the town?
Up into a village, town, city.
It looked pretty cool.
A giant sprawling
metropolis
with more opportunity.
Nice.
World events and quests appearing at each stage of development. Now, that's a very simplified explanation of the Ashes of Creation node system, but on top of that, there's also a lot of variables within this system. For example, at launch there will be 103 different possible node locations, and the location of that node dictates the quests and world events triggered upon development. At this point you're probably thinking, well, what happens when every node reaches its final stage? Will that become boring? Well, due to how the system's designed,
there's gotta be a way to gate.
In leveling up one node, you lock out the possibility for adjacent nodes to grow to the same size. To change this and de-level a node so that adjacent nodes can progress, players will need to participate in a PvP node siege to destroy a city, for example, so the town node near to it has room to grow and different content can then be unlocked. The way this system is designed intends for long-term player-driven replayability.
Sounds like Guild Wars 2.
Where each server will have a different history of development and unlocked content. No two servers will be the same. An MMORPG with a true ever-changing world. When it comes to node aesthetics, there will also be a lot of diversity here too, as the node will take on the architectural appearance of the race that contributed the most XP to its development. So let's say a guild of orcs went to an area and contributed the most XP to a node, building it up to a town. You've then got a town with an orcish aesthetic. Maybe
nice. I like that a lot.
In the mountains.
Also, I need to know what all the races are. I didn't even look that up.
The aesthetic of the node changes at every level of development based on the race that contributes the most XP to the node. On top of all this, each node in the world will be assigned one of 4 possible node types, with each having unique benefits. You've got divine, economic, militaristic, and scientific node types.
It feels like the WildStar, the secondary classes,
for players to manage in the node, such as
like Explorer and
buildings. Whereas if they leveled up an economic node, they could build markets, stock exchanges, and trade-focused buildings. Each node, upon hitting the village stage,
time out.
Will have a 1-week cool.
So we're going into like a little bit of WildStar territory with the 4 systems going on here. But anyway, side note, I just want to say this font needs to change 100%. It's too ESO-y font, old. I just need a better font there. That's it. That's my only gripe so far.
In this, players can try to become the mayor of the node. As a mayor,
still alpha will mostly change. If it's alpha, that sounds about right then.
To advance the node, as well as choose building projects contained within that node. The way the mayoral election system is designed is different for each
mayors
type. For scientific nodes,
I will never be a mayor.
Where you vote the player in. For
maybe I'll be mayor.
Goes to the highest bidder. For divine nodes, the player with the most node-related service quests completed will become the mayor, and militaristic node mayors will be decided via a last-man-standing battle royale type game, where players interface through a champion rather than their own character.
Nice.
Obviously, bad mayors will be a thing that exists in this game, so every month the election process will happen again, so that other players
monthly, okay.
Challenge for mayor.
Monthlies, we'll have to see if they change that from monthly to shorter period.
To pretty much every type of MMORPG player. Let's start with some of the PvP content that will be present in this game.
I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. It looks like an upgraded World of Warcraft. Like the name titles and everything. I mean, a lot of MMOs do, but just the way riding the mounts and stuff feels.
Scared off at the thought of open world PvP, you'll be happy to know that this game has anti-grief mechanics in the form of its corruption system.
Okay, I did hear about this.
Corruption, players have 3 states.
Let me state, I'm a little bit of a Care Bear, except in WildStar. WildStar was the only game where I was like, I kicked butt in like PvP, but other than that, like, I'm a little bit of a Care Bear. I will run away from you. I'm not ready, fully prepared, or fully in the mental state to attack. So let's see about this griefing system, because I will probably be a non-combatant most of the time.
Green, non-combatant. Purple, combatant. Red,
kill.
corrupted. I've displayed an image on screen.
Is corrupted after you kill someone who's non-combatant? Yeah.
View of a non-combatant PvE player minding their own business. If another player comes up to you and kills you,
clever. I like this. I like this a lot.
Penalties the more innocent players they decide to kill. Eventually,
I feel like
players can drop their items.
Guild Wars 1 did this.
They'll also lose more experience upon death, and also feel dampening in PvP, so they become weaker. Corruption gained is also greater based on the level disparity, so a high level randomly killing a new level player really isn't worth it.
Yeah, griefing prevention.
Where players with high corruption score will appear on the map for bounty hunters to track down and kill for rewards, and NPC guards will also attack corrupted players on site, limiting their access to services within nodes. The Caravan PvP system in Ashes is designed to bring risk vs reward gameplay. Due to storage being localized to each node and different areas of the map having easier or harder access to certain resources, players will need to transport goods between nodes via caravans.
Aw, like RimWorld caravans.
Open world PvP
yes.
zone. When players approach the caravan, they'll be given
very Oregon Trailish.
Attack, defend, or ignore. Caravans can transport goods from more than one
Squid
at a time, and I can imagine this system alone will bring about the existence of mercenary guilds who attack caravans or defend them when paid by other players.
Oh, you can hire mercenary type people. That'd be great.
250 versus 250
castle sieges. 250 people?
Node sieges are different to castle sieges and are the catalyst for.
Is it like server versus server? Or is it?
Sieges can last up to 2 hours. If a node is successful,
who's sieging?
It can't be attacked for a certain period of
time. These 250 people.
Of that node. A village, for example, can't be attacked for another 20 days, whilst a metropolis.
Mick J, thank you for the follow.
Successfully defended. Additionally, once a node siege is declared, there's a period of time where many services in the node are shut down in preparation for war. For a village siege, there's 2 days notice, and for Metropolis, there's 5 days notice. These node sieges.
Wait a second, I missed all of that.
The server's prime time.
I'm gonna have to back up there a little bit. Back up a little bit. Node sieges. Okay, node sieges.
Castle sieges and are the catalyst for change in the world. Node sieges can last up to 2 hours. If a node is successfully defended, it can't be attacked for a certain period of time in a
250 versus 250, all the same server. They have devs from PlanetSide 2, so they're apparently pretty confident in the netcode. Got it. Okay. Not bad. I hope that there is a lot of players. And they don't pull a WildStar and open up too many servers. No server versus server stuff in this game since the servers are different. Got it. Okay. Perfect. Because I know nothing about that. Right now, this video is the only thing I know about this game that I'm diving deep into, and so far so good.
In relation to the level of that node. A village, for example.
I like this because it reminds me of the big scale battles that were in Guild Wars 2, but I think those are like, oh, Guild Wars? So yeah, it was Guild versus Guild. Pretty sure. Guild Wars 2 big battles. What were they called? World versus World. That's right. It was just World versus World, which, to be fair, was like one of the best times that I've ever had in an MMO. So I'm super excited about that. And WildStar had it in the form of war plots ish, with the big scale PvP type raids, which 40 versus 40, but Oh my god, 250 versus 250 makes me super excited because I hope by then I will have a new computer that will be able to run it, and then I will be able to have 250 versus 250 people on my screen. Yeah, so I'm sure that they'll figure that out. Anyway, that makes me excited.
Can't be attacked for another 20 days, whilst a metropolis cannot be attacked.
Node survives. There'll be a cooldown. Okay, got it. 20 days. Nice.
There's a period of time where
keep in mind, I'm used to Final Fantasy 11 as well, which I was totally obsessed with. Things actually took a lot of time. Same thing with Eve. So I am okay with things that take time. You have to, if I need to back up here, I'm actually like, I'm so old school like MMO. Like I'm still in love with DKP systems and stuff like that. So that's not anything that's gonna happen soon, but that's just how old school I am. Nodes are player groups, could be guilds, but guilds have castles they can control and get awesome benefits. This video of Peons is great intro, so good choice for initial checkout. Thank you. Even the CEO at Intrepid Dev Studio for the game said the video was a good representation. Perfect. Oh no! Oops, we'll go back.
And for Metropolis, there's 5 days notice. These node sieges can only be declared within a certain period of the server's prime time to give everyone a chance to attend. If a node siege is successful, the node is reset to 0, and players with resources stored in that node will lose some of those resources, and real space player housing will also be destroyed. Guild Wars are a separate PvP system in Ashes of Creation,
so they're totally separate. Got it.
War on each other and receive certain objectives to meet a victory condition. This system isn't fully fleshed out as of making this video, but it seems like a more in-depth version of what Black Desert Online currently has, with objective-based components mixed into it too. Guilds can be at war against multiple other guilds at the same time, and Guild Wars operate outside of the game's corruption PvP flagging system.
Nice.
Battlegrounds and arenas are fairly self-explanatory features that Ashes of Creation will have that we all like to see in MMOs, but overall, when it comes to the PvP content,
just want to feel immersed. I just miss that.
I've ever wanted in an MMO, from the risk versus reward of the caravan system,
to an interesting spell,
being the catalyst for change in the world, to the prestige of your guild owning one of the 5 castles on the server. It seems like this game has PvP content for everyone from casual to hardcore.
What about PvE? We're gonna get up to that. There it is.
PvE content will play a massive role in
PvP. Got me excited though, because
content in the form of quests, open world dungeons, instanced dungeons,
standard
world bosses, and monster coin events, as well as all the activities related to the growth of nodes. PvE dungeon and raid content in Ashes will be designed for group sizes of 8, 16,
and 40. We're going back to 40. Time out. Okay. So WildStar tried this after World of Warcraft went down from 40 to 20, right? And then essentially like now, I guess 10 is like the top kind of groupish, formish for World of Warcraft. So I remember when WildStar decided that they were going to go back to 40-man raids, and that created so much hype. But also was not, it was a pro and a con, right? Because, you know, everyone who lived those glory days in World of Warcraft, who was like 40-man raiding and like killing those bosses and like one shot and like server first and all that stuff, they got older and they all have jobs now. So when we all decided, we're like, oh my god, WildStar is bringing back 40-man raids, it's gonna be awesome. We all get to relive our glory days of those awesome 40-man raids in World of Warcraft. And then we get in there and we realize, oh damn it, we have jobs, we don't have time to raid, we don't have time to do all this stuff. So that didn't work out. So I'm super excited. I really hope bringing back 40-man raids in this situation actually like will maybe like push the younger generation into liking this kind of content again, because I remember WildStar tried that. Yeah, it's super hard to get 40 people together. But I mean, I'm hoping for it because I love that shit. I love 40-man raids. I do. I just like I said, it goes back to my glory days. It's back to my prime. But yeah, we don't have that anymore. Dewey, and now I have a job, so it's like I can't really like it's even exhausting for me to even come on stream after work and like even just play a video game like mindlessly, let alone play a video game like strategically. But that's just me. I'm really hoping that it comes together.
Dungeons and raids, with 80% of them being open world and 20% of them being instance.
80%.
There will be no group finder in this game, so
that's right. I heard about this.
And find party members.
Makes me excited.
If you want to partake in a lot of PvE content. The way open world dungeons and raids will work is that they increase in difficulty the deeper you venture inside.
Okay.
At the entrance you might be fighting weaker, lower level mobs with fewer mechanics, but as you get deeper into the dungeon you'll fight tougher enemies with more mechanics and
seems pretty standard.
Additionally, something you need to bear in mind is that all of the PvE content that's available in Ashes depends on the location of the nodes that the community decides to develop. One server may have access to completely
some instances might not be available. Yep.
Purely because
that makes sense.
Developed differently in different locations. So unlike other MMORPGs, the endgame PvE content really isn't a linear progression. It can't be a linear progression because different raids and dungeons will be locked or unlocked depending on where nodes are developed.
That's nice.
And what stage
I like the little bit of a randomness to it.
It could also be in a PvE player's best interest to participate in a PvP node siege to reset the node that unlocks a certain raid so that another node can then be developed which unlocks a different raid. A fun, unique piece of PvE content
a lot of strategery.
Is its monster coin system. This is an event that either spawns randomly or following the advancement of a node, in which a horde of NPC monsters will spawn and attack the node. During this time, players can use an item called a monster coin, which they can receive as a rare drop in-game, to turn into a monster and assist the NPCs in attacking the node against other players. During a monster coin event, the node can't be destroyed, but buildings, services, and NPCs can be disabled.
Wait, why again?
Quests in Ashes of Creation are divided up into 3 categories.
Ready for some bubblegum mafia raids? Yes.
Narrative quests. Events are things that happen in Ashes.
We need a battle cry.
Development of the world. Successfully completing an
looks
event
great. This looks great.
Such as buffs and
not feeling the mount, but everything else looks great.
Such as natural disasters or node services being unavailable.
I like that font better.
Tasks are quests without excessive amounts of text and story around them, such as collect X resources to help build a blacksmith for the node. And narrative quests are more traditional story quests that can be personal to your class, race, or the region of the world you're in, with some of these story arcs being locked behind further development of the nodes.
The world looks really nice, but something about the combat so far I'm not sure about. I haven't seen anything on the combat yet. Oh, combat's not finished? Okay. When is this game supposed to release?
If I was a role player, Ashes of Creation is without a doubt the MMORPG I'd be looking forward to the most. This game's being designed with so many great RP features to really add that extra level of immersion.
Ooh, weather.
First, let's talk about the
player housing. Here we go.
This game will have 3 types of player housing.
Give it to me.
Instance departments, real space open world freeholds, and static housing
outside
nodes.
Outside town?
3 types of player housing become available once a node reaches village stage or higher. Instance departments will become available in a node if a mayor decides to construct apartment buildings within an empty plot.
Oh, nice.
Similar to the
2022.
BDO,
oh, wow.
You approach an apartment door and you've got a list of options for whose apartment you want to visit. Static housing within nodes are real space player housing that players can buy that will be visible to everyone. You'll be able to decorate the front of your house with yard ornaments, seamlessly enter and see your house grow from a small cottage to a mansion as the node levels up. Freeholds are large real space player housing plots that can be situated within the zone of influence of a node, actually inside the node. Think of static housing as buying a townhouse that grows in size over time with the node, but freeholds as owning a set size plot of land in the countryside. Freeholds are roughly half an acre in size, and due to
so pretty,
the world, players can only own 1 of these per account,
Sorry.
whereas apartments and node housing are limited to 1 per server. There's many buildings you'll be able to place on the freehold, such as a blacksmith, stables, and other
Yes, this is what WildStar did right.
And other life skill related content players might want to partake in. Each of these 3 forms of player housing will allow players to decorate them with furniture, some of which is functional, others just cosmetic, and when a node's destroyed,
that's
players
fine.
will lose their housing. However,
oh
a template
no
will be mailed to them so they can quickly load the layout of their housing hassle-free when they eventually find a new home.
Interesting.
As with
Interesting.
Roleplay MMO, Ashes
Races.
of Creation
Okay, here we go.
a wide range of races. Currently, the game is planning on 9 playable races
Ah.
at launch, each of which have different cultures, which will be reflected in the appearance of nodes that they contribute to the most. You've got 2
I need to go back and read that.
variations of humans called the Tulnar, which live underground. Different races will have different racial abilities, and each race will have different
Standard.
stats.
Standard.
However, there will be no gender lock for any of the races, and every
Okay.
race can play as every class. Other nice RP features
I don't think-
the game will have
yeah.
include an extensive emote system with
Okay.
interactable furniture, the ability to lean against scenery, sit on benches, and dance with other players.
Nice,
You'll be
nice.
able to play parlor games with other
Yes.
players inside of taverns, some being dice games.
I'm all
others
about, like, the
involving
side stuff.
cards. You'll be able to join different types of social organizations in the game, such as the Scholars Academy, Thieves Guild, or Traders Company.
Those
There
dances.
will also be a marriage mechanic in the game.
Marriage!
Quests and
Yes, who wants to
functionality
be
with
my
housing. Overall, from a
whatever,
perspective,
husband, wife?
it seems
I'm
to me
down.
There's going to be more than enough choices and customization in Ashes of Creation.
Otters!
Player's journey in
Otters!
this game will be completely
Otters!
unique. It will also have all the immersive social
Sorry, I don't even know what he's saying. Just otters.
in an MMO.
Professions and
Professions
otters.
life skills in Ashes of Creation are referred to as artisan classes. These are split into 3 different trees: gathering, processing, and crafting. Gathering professions
Okay,
consist of
standard.
fishing, herbalism,
Yep.
lumberjacking, mining, and
I can marry a
animal
lumberjack?
processing professions
Yes!
basically refine raw material via the use of
Hey, when we'll
smiths
have a
and
harem, I will have a
buildings,
mafia.
such as forges to process
Thank you.
ore into bars, lumberyards processing logs to planks, and so on. Crafting professions consist of
Jewel
alchemy,
crafting!
armorsmithing, blacksmithing, carpentry,
Yes!
cooking, jewel crafting, scribing,
Water
ship
cooler,
building,
jeez.
siege weapon building, and weaponsmithing. In this game, each character will only be able to truly master one profession.
One profession,
You're
got
unable
it.
to master multiple. You'll still be able to progress with multiple professions, but not to the extent of mastery. This is to create the need for community interaction
Perfect.
and create a sense of identity. Crafting in Ashes of
Hey, just take the
Creation is
DIY
also
fucking
designed
crafting
so
from
that
Animal
when
Crossing, because that was like a
other
huge sense of
MMOs,
community.
crafting here will be on par with the highest tier drops from raid bosses.
Raid
And
bosses.
due to being limited
Ooh.
to mastery of only one artisan
Armored,
class,
that's really
you'll
cool.
have to organize multiple people to meet their crafting and gathering needs to initiate.
I need more
sieges,
color in this
complete
game, though.
projects,
Everything's
and
brown.
contribute to the node. Personally, the profession
And some
I'm
blue,
most
but
excited for is animal
most of it's brown.
as you'll be able to breed different animals together to create some really
He's running pretty funny.
wonderful mounts.
You can, what? Breed?
The class system in
Mounts?
Ashes of Creation is quite interesting and leads to a lot of variety. First, you'll start out by picking a primary class archetype between Bard,
Bard.
Cleric, Fighter,
Yes.
Mage, Ranger,
Those top
Rogue,
2,
Summoner,
and if not
Tank.
Summoner, are probably the
Eventually, as you
top
progress
choice.
with your primary class, you'll get to choose a secondary class out of the same 8 options I previously mentioned. So choosing to be a mage, then fighter, for
What?
example, would give you the overall class
Okay.
of battle mage.
Interesting.
With this system,
And a
there's
Final Fantasy
possibility of
approach.
64 different
Whoa.
class combinations, which are displayed on screen now. Ashes of
No,
Creation is
time out.
designed around the same 8 options I previously mentioned. So choosing to be a mage,
I need that
and
back.
fighter, for example, would give you the overall class
Come back.
of battle mage. With this system, there's a possibility of 64
Okay, this is ambitious. Woo! Bard, Minstrel, Bard, Cleric. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a lot going on here. My God. It's gonna take me forever to figure out what I want to be. Oh no. Minstrel, Scryer, Blade Dancer, Sorcerer, Bow Singer, Charlatan, Enchanter. Oh no. Oh no. This is gonna be good thing I have fucking 2 years to figure it out. Jeez. Tank. I don't want anything to do with tank. Summoner, Storm Cooler. If there is anything in this game like Final Fantasy XI Bard, I will lose my shit. As in, Final Fantasy XI Bard was probably the most fun I've ever had in a video game in my entire life, and I just sat there for years, just barding around, playing songs, and it was the best years of my life. So if they can, like, if one of these out of 7,000 of whatever these are, if one of them can be the bard from Final Fantasy XI, you have me for life, sir. For life. Rant over.
4 different combinations which are displayed on screen now. Ashes of Creation will be designed around the Trinity system of tank, healer, and DPS. You will not be able to change the class's primary role. However,
perfect.
Some effort
for life, sir.
To change your secondary role. Weapons and armor will not be class locked, but some classes will obviously be more efficient with certain
interesting.
types of armor.
So is it like it's based off
of
of type like cloth, leather, plate?
Tab target action combat system. The way this system will work is that each class will have 2 categories of skills: tab target skills and action combat style skills. Players can choose to have up to 75% of either tab targeting abilities or 75% action combat abilities.
Nice. Okay.
Not 100% either way.
Interesting.
Personally, the way I'd imagine this system will play out will be something close to Guild Wars 2.
I'm okay with either.
However, the action combat side of this combat system is still in development as of making this video, so it's hard to say how the complete system will actually feel. When starting out in Ashes of Creation, you'll first make your character, choose your primary class, then you'll be given the choice to spawn at one of 4 divine gateways in the world. Each race does have their own starter zone and starter quests, but they won't be super mandatory to do, more of a recommendation. There's nothing stopping you as an elf spawning in the dwarven starting area to level with your friend. The world size in Ashes is planned to be truly massive, approximately 480 square kilometers in size, including both water and land content.
I don't know how that translates.
Diverse range of biomes, deserts,
you'll have to tell us all what server we're going on. Yes.
Snowy mountains,
lots of biomes, got it. Standard. Fire, got it. Water.
Fully open world and also features underground zones known as the Underrealm.
Nice.
Creation will feature an in-game viewable world map. However, starting out, much of it will be covered in a fog of war.
There's some color.
Being explored and uncovered. Additionally, there will be some zones in the world that will experience all 4 seasons.
Okay.
Which will bring about their events,
seasons. Yay.
And farming challenges. Seasons will rotate once each week, with a full 4-season rotation passing by every 4 weeks. When it comes to the leveling, the max level will be 50.
50, nice.
45 days of playing 4 to 6
oh wow,
hours
they already know that. Okay, okay.
From 1 to 50. So
fine with me.
More on the hardcore side of
not bad.
In that regard.
I mean, hardcore, but
MMOs,
I like that.
Will be extremely rare in Ashes of Creation. That's achievable.
They're really pretty.
Leaders that own one of the game's 5 castles. The mayor of Metropolis nodes.
It's a fluffy thing with wings.
Limited time dragon eggs that players might obtain from a world boss.
Yes.
There will ever be more than 10 players.
10 people can fly per server. That's fine, because I think I didn't like
have a population of between
flying on World of Warcraft really kind of ruined like the scope of things for me. Watch Kaven get a house. Watch Kaven get a house and it's gonna be all Pinky will spot it a mile away. If possible, if they let me. I mean, I'll certainly try to be as pink as I can.
Extremely limited in this game, as the developers
I'm okay with hard travel as well.
If a scientific node reaches the Metropolis stage, at this point players can construct a building that offers fast travel.
Nice. All the barn areas just remind me of like Westfall. Sorry. The basic explanation. Okay.
Next, I want to talk about why I believe this is the most exciting.
Okay, cool. Tell me, lazy. Tell me.
This game isn't just a pipe dream, rather something many people
make me believe.
Testing with no NDA before the end of this year.
Did you believe in the hype?
First of all, it goes without saying after I've just explained about the game, it will be the most ambitious fantasy MMORPG ever attempted.
Will it?
The game will truly have something for everyone. It's not just a PvP MMO or a PvE
lot of reds.
MMO, it's a genuine PvX MMO that has pretty much everything. Usually when a new MMORPG is announced and they talk about their plans when it comes to game design, it's always vague. There's a ton of question marks on many core systems, and it doesn't take long before players can look at the ideas of the developers and straight up say, this is a bad idea, this won't work. New World has been a perfect example of this since the first time I tried the game in 2018 to recently when it announced its delay. When it comes to the game design of Ashes of Creation, it seems to me that almost every aspect of the game
birdies!
is clearly thought out.
Yes, companions. It's gotta be like a hunter type.
Developers, we have a clear blueplint for how this game will actually play
double
out,
wings?
if you care to read it on the Ashes of Creation wiki.
Interesting.
When it comes to the core game design systems,
A lot of lighting
there's nothing I'm
effects.
overly concerned about. Everything seems to make sense and follow a strong design principle of risk versus reward. For me, the only real question mark I have about the game is how fun will the combat be? What does their 75% action tab hybrid combat system actually play like?
Right.
I think if they can nail that and just follow the blueprint for this game until completion, it will be a guaranteed success. Ashes of Creation is primarily a privately funded MMORPG made by an MMO fan frustrated by the direction of the genre, who was extremely successful in business earlier in life. Since I first covered this project in 2017, we've seen the studio he created expand to over 100 developers, attracting people from Blizzard, Sony Online Entertainment.
Yeah, Blizzard people probably all ran.
This year especially, we've seen production systems working such as the mayoral system, early
becomes an easy adventure with flying, yeah.
Development, open world dungeons, a 40-man raid, the caravan PvP system, basic professions, and the purchasing of in-node player housing. What's more impressive is the creative director's commitment to transparency, despite the project still likely being a solid 2 years from completion.
2 years from completion. Got it.
Access to the game's Alpha 1 test,
hey, we can still get beta though.
Stream and make content about the game with no NDA. And when you consider that Amazon's New World still has a strict NDA, despite previously being 2 months out from its supposed release, to me shows a lot of confidence in a product. Now,
yeah,
that's
they're
not to
gonna.
say that Ashes of Creation hasn't had its problems or drama.
Steven said he wants to be able to launch the character creator before the game comes out so people can make their character and then just load it up at launch. Perfect. I love when that happens. I forgot what game had done that previously, but that helps a lot. And that also helps with my anxiety because I have a lot of that.
Surrounding its development, because it certainly has. Releasing Ashes of Creation Apocalypse, the battle royale testing environment on Steam, caused nothing but confusion to the people that were casually following the project.
Got it.
And in the past, the community
they released a battle royale
without seeing any tangible gameplay due to an issue where large portions of Foundation code had to be rewritten.
Oh my goodness.
Essentially delaying the game by 1 year.
Zetnal, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Rating with a party of 42. Hold on. Video did. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Hi. We are right now going over. We got party time going. Hi sis. Hello. Welcome raiders. Welcome everyone. Oh my goodness. You are hyped. Yes, I'm so hyped. Yay! We are looking into Ashes of Creation. This is my first time looking into this game. I am an OG MMO player, longtime MMO player. I've worked at Blizzard Entertainment, NCSoft. I've worked at, I'm working now at Lucasfilm. And yeah, so this is my assessment of this Ashes Creation coming out. Here we go. Thank you guys. Oh my god, hype. Yes. Major hype. Thank you. So, my name is Kwin. I'm a longtime streamer for funsies. I've been streaming since 2011 on Twitch on and off. When I am not working and my day job, I am an assistant producer, or what am I? Yeah, I'm an assistant producer in the video game industry, currently working at Lucasfilm, previously Blizzard Entertainment, NCSoft, and where else did I work before that? Hulu, Disney, Apple, NCSoft, Carbine Studios, Blizzard Entertainment, Hi-Rez Studios, and Lucasfilm. That is where I have worked. That is my history. That is everything you know about me right now. Flex, yes. So, oh yeah, I got my little Lucasfilm hoodie on right today. So, yes. Anything you see going on over there? Oh my goodness, thank you. I guess Intrepid next, maybe. Depends, we'll see. I mean, I kind of like it at Lucasfilm right now. Thank you guys, Whiskey, for the follow. Fizzle. Kyology, there you go. Oh my god. I probably butchered that name. I totally butchered that name. But yes. We are going over Ashes of Creation because I'm super excited, even though it's 2 years away. But hopefully we can get into beta sooner than that and start playing, if not closed beta. We'll see. But right now, we are at the end of this video, and if who has a next video you can send me of what to look at with this game. Yes, my alerts are a little laggy. I don't know why, but party. Got my little lights going on. I think. Interview with Asmongold. Okay, perfect. I'll do that one next. They have pre-orders. Yes, you are right. Actually, I'll probably do that. I will probably do that. But let's finish this video and then move on to the interview with Asmongold. Shall we? This Lazy Peon.
Every monthly live stream we've been shown new gameplay. We've already had players get into the early.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the host and the raid. Much appreciated.
Community perception of the project as a whole has shifted from extremely skeptical to cautiously optimistic. Whilst there's still a long road ahead for Ashes of Creation, I have to say that in the 5+ years I've been a full-time MMORPG YouTuber, this is the only upcoming MMO that I've been able to look at and say to myself, if this game releases, it has a real chance of being the next truly successful.
I feel the same way, Lazy.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. For what it's worth, Steve said in the Asmon interview that they did just open up a bunch of spots. Thanks for that insight, though. I was always kind of wondered if Steve will play his own game. He probably will. He'll probably play his own game for a while. I hope he does. I hope he does, because it's always better when the developers play their own game. Steve talks about playing his own game in the Summit interview. He will casually play it and look at what the community does. Perfect. Oh, yeah, the classes. Okay, yeah, sorry. Steven is a leader and love managing. He will probably enjoy watching dramas and stuff in game. Oh my god. He sounds like someone I would want to work for. There we go. That sums it up, to be quite honest. He sounds like someone who's been in the video game industry for, how long have I been in the industry? A while. 10 years? For someone who's been in the industry for 10 years. He seems like someone I would want to work for. That was my cat.